Hello Earth, welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. If you don't know what this is about, you can go to github.com/cell and I'll paste here the link on the description of the video, or you can jump to episode 1 of season 1. We're going to continue where we left off, which is going to be no small challenge because I haven't really recorded or worked in Cell except for a few ideas here and there for 2 weeks. It's been too long and I'm very happy to be back working on this. I'm on my holidays currently, but that doesn't mean I cannot work in Cell because I love working in this. So without further ado, let's just boot up what I had a couple of weeks ago. We finally fixed a few bugs, if I remember correctly, the last few commits here. We fixed a couple of bugs. 2 weeks ago. I cannot believe it was 2 weeks. I'm trying not to feel too bad about it. There was an issue with some corner cases, and we basically, in the function that takes basically is parsing the text into paths, really. There was an issue there, like interpreting the indentations. We fixed that, and we also changed the way we made all these functions return paths rather than strings, sort of text. So that's what we did. That's the episode notes, and basically we have an open field in front of us. So what are we going to do now? We are going to build a service because I can keep on tinkering around the edges here, but what we really need now is an LLM working, listening to us, sending comments. Like for example, I want to improve the CSS here, but I have no LLM for that, and rather than use the typical web interface for that, I actually want to use Cell to build Cell. So let's just put it here. Using Cell to build Cell. I want this to gather its own steam, to build itself. So we need a service to make API calls because we cannot make API calls from the client. Even if we could, because of the CORS issues. Let's say we didn't have any issues with the cross-origin request. What is it? CORS, basically. Yes, cross-origin resource sharing. Let's say we didn't have this issue, which we do. If we build this as a service, I am not going to basically share a private API key for OpenAI or Anthropic with the world. So we need a service that basically hides that API key and allows us to do these calls to LLMs. So we need to build a service. Let's just do it. So we have cell.js. So before we do that, we need to do some. We need to have the core of Cell in an exportable file with all these functions, the pather and whatnot, and then we're going to have the client and the server. And the client and the server are not going to be the core Cell. They're just going to be implementations that use Cell to do their thing, but they're not, let's say, the core of Cell itself. So I guess we could just rename things here. I could just call this core. I need to remember how I did before, because I did this like this because I need to export this in a way that is both it works both in the browser and in the server in Node.js, because I want to reuse this. So basically this JavaScript implementation of Cell, this core needs to be there for both. So it's going to be like this. Maybe I shouldn't call it core, just call it Cell. I'll move the rest everywhere else. Yeah, let's just do all the surgery now, why not? Do I wrap it in this function that auto-executes? I did that to not capture variables, but I think those days are past. Even if I set those variables as globals, in the case of the browser, I don't care really. I really don't care. By the way, am I recording? Yes, thank you. Because Cell is the only application going to be running in that tab on the browser, so I don't care. I think it's fine. We don't have to wrap everything. Instead of that, it's going to be Cell, and yeah, Cell is equals to Windows Cell. So I explicitly set a global variable there. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just do it like this. And then what was the end of it? Nothing. That's it. It's the exports. I have to say this is elegant. Although I did more than a decade ago, but this works. Still works. So we're going to have cell pather, and then any other calls to pather. We just do it like that. Oh, the tests, that's going to be an annoyance. Yeah. Let's just do it. All right, done. So we have one here. This, by the way, is going to go to the client. We're going to call it. And I guess we could have multiple clients, but the web client is really what we're going to build. So we can just call it client. So this right here. Clog who we need it on the tests, don't we? Yeah, let's just keep it there. Yeah. It feels good to be back. It really feels good. Six places I use this thing. Oh yeah, of course. The daughter. Remove that. Sorter. 10. Oh yeah, of course. I apologize for the background noise. Validator, a parser. I need to be careful because at some point I'm going to be taking things that should belong to the client. All right, texter, sure. I just didn't want to change this comment. Let's just make it, wait, from here to the end. No, yes. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, because the validator, what's the texter? It just converts paths to text, right? Yeah, so you have the pather and you have the texter. Which I guess is better than saying to path or to text. I think it's better. And the JSON to paths, well, yeah, that one we know what it is. And then we'll just recurse and return the path. Yeah, pretty elegant. I'm actually happy with that one too. I guess if I was, it's, yeah, you have text to path. That's the buffer, and you have the text, which is path to text. What about JSON? Well, JSON is not text, but technically the JSON to text is also a, sorry, JSON to path is also a buffer. Sorry about that. Well, okay. I'm not happy about the, maybe we just do this. Text to paths. That will be more explicit, I think. Yeah, that's more explicit. Why not? Why was I doubting that? And then, so text to paths. You take text and give me paths. And then JSON to path, and the texter would be text, no, paths to text. Sorry, that were on. Okay, so we have that, blah, blah, blah. Receive. Yeah, definitely. No, not that one. No. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. 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 Oh. All right. Receive. Get. Yeah, we also need these ones, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was wondering whether I should just keep the variables as they were and then put them in the module exports. But no, I don't like that. I want to be explicit about what I'm exporting or what not. So no, I'm gonna stick with this. Yes, no, yes, no, 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 yes, no, yes, no, yeah, no, 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 no. All right. Yeah. Now for put, which should be the last one, right? Yeah, exactly. And no, there was a better way of doing this, if I remember correctly. Ah. It's too much for me. Yeah, I think we're good here. I'm gonna take a chance. And now, yeah. So now, this should work, believe it or not. You would only have to import on the HTML. We should only get cell, and then we get client, and wait, the put, where was that stuff? I forget, what was it? Local storage, thank you. Oh, the responders too, of course. This stuff, of course. But maybe we had done things in a way that was decently organized. Therefore, it's just a way to be explicit about things. And I want to believe this would work. Boom. Nah, it worked. Nah, no way. No way, it worked. I can't believe it worked. It's, wow. Yeah, it works. It's okay. I shouldn't be so happy that a few find and replaces worked, but I did. I'm happy. And I guess the code was decently organized before. So now we have like a core cell core that is works in the browser and on the server. And the text to paths, we don't use that. We don't use it. But yeah, that's. Okay, this is good. This is going well. We need a server to hit the LLM, also to have better persistence. Let's start it. Let's extract cell into a browser, into something we can import onto both the browser and the server. So what is a server? A server is a computer that is running 24/7 connected to the internet and usually has no monitor, but you access it remotely. But what I'm talking about when talking about server is really a program that runs on a server, which is basically serving requests. So we're going to start that. Server.js. And I usually don't do this from scratch anymore. What do I need? Let's just think it over. Answer should not finish too late today. So we have 10 minutes. So what I want to do is I need to use my, I'm thinking of something I built recently. Well, actually, let's just go to away. No, it's called, used to be called ACPIC. So have a bunch of stuff here. we're going to start a few things here. We're going to put something in the port. Which port should we use? We should use maybe port 26. 26, why not? Or we can use 2315. Yeah, let's use that one. I have my reasons. And then we have the config, the secret. So what else? Well, a bunch of stuff. This one I don't think I need. But let's just make something that is listening to requests. But I need to copy some code from here. I think that would be useful. Yeah, type and station type, that one for sure. I guess we can start with the clog. And then do all the Taishi stuff. Ec, last, inc, reply. Yeah, for now we're not even going to do validations in JavaScript. Actually, not for now at all. I think we're going to do everything in cell. It's insane as it sounds, very insanely, but that's good. That's why we do what we do. Okay, so what do I want to plunder from here? This would be good to plunder. Why do I need the server there? There's no need to set up the variable there. Do I? Not anymore. I'm just exiting with the process. See how when you look at it again, you get have a fresh. By the way, this is all open source code. It's already published. It's at I'm plundering github.com autocode.nl. Is it still autocode.nl? By the way, yeah, my baby. 5 years of work. Didn't go anywhere, but still glad I did it. Together with a very close friend and co-founder. Hi, Tom. So I'm plundering this. So now, what do we do? I just need to start a server. And I'm using my own library for the server. I'm not using Express. I should revamp this library. So hopefully cell will be successful. We'll have users. And that will force me to revamp this server library called Cicek. C-I-C-E-K. And which means flower in Turkish. And with that, I will just have a better library in the backend. So where is the server start? Yeah, we don't need any of it almost, for at least not for now. It's a very involved amount of logic here. We need to just start here. Just start here somewhere. Okay. The notify can for now be, because the notifications will be in cell too, but for now I don't need a stack, I think. No. Boom. And we do want cluster. Actually, I don't want cluster right now. Maybe later. Not now. So I want to take the single threaded approach as far as I can. Actually, this can go server, and then we'll just put the routes here. I hate that from Neovin, that double, like adding a second line of comment. I don't like it. I think it's a bad default, but that's just me. Oh, okay, so now I need a package.json, right? Yes, hell, look at that. Does it exist? It probably does, right? Yeah, it has to exist. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, but I'm not going to publish it, so I don't care. I mean, I will publish it, but not in NPM, I think. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not sure if I will publish it in NPM. We'll see. Start at 0. What do we need? We need t-check. What was it? Dependencies. Yeah. We don't need the, well, we might need it later. But let's just add what we're going to use. Yeah. We don't need almost any of this. But we don't need hit it. We need this. Yeah. No. That's it. That's all we need. Yeah. That's it. Public. Okay. That's all she wrote. If I do this, I have to use the git ignore. I have a secret.js, as you might have noticed. I have an API key for OpenAI right there. All right. So now what? Maybe I can start it. Yeah. Okay. Almost there. Yeah. Okay. Shows port. What's wrong with the port? Oh yeah. Sorry. Yep. Now for sure. All right. Good. It's working. I think this is a perfect moment, it being midnight, to stop working on this. So we'll continue tomorrow. We will actually serve the client, add the LLM call. Well, we have to store the project, create the project. There's so much to do, and it's going to be a lot of fun to do it. Thanks for watching.